Alright, so I ordered some headlights for my 2014 Chevy Cruze RS on protuninglab.com. I went with the Winjet style headlights, just got them in today, and I'll show you the unboxing and the installation. Okay, so here's the box it came in, and then I'll just start opening it.
Oh, there's a fuse in there too.
Yeah, see, mine is different. It looks sick. Got a big bar. Alright, so it's the next day. We're going to start putting on these headlights. The first thing we're going to take off is obviously the bumper. Once we got that off, then we can start playing around with the headlights. So what I'm going to do first is take off this bolt or this screw, these tabs all along the front here, and then this should just come loose, and then I'll work on behind the wheels once that's done. Alright, so now we're gonna get these side bolts out, and then because we got the front already, so here's the front, and then we'll move on to here and get these bolts out. Yeah, I got these side screws out. It's kind of dark in there, and then I'm gonna work underneath the car here and get these T20 screws out. Bumper is now off. Bit of a pain, but managed. The stock ones. That's what we're putting on. The Winjet headlights right here. So when you get your Winjet headlights, this comes separate, the resistor, and you just have to simply plug it in right here. See if I can do this with one hand here. There, just easily puts it in. And then where I'm gonna stick it is just like underneath this wire, and then right onto this flat surface here, just like that. Alright, so I ordered some H7 LED headlight bulbs for the Winjet headlights because I don't really like the yellow tinge that it has with the regular halogens. The LED strip underneath is white, and then these lights were like yellow, so it didn't really match that well. So then I went ahead and bought some LED ones from Amazon called Aki. They're a bit tight to put in because we have their dust covers in the Winjet headlights. I don't know if you can see that, but there's little dust covers right here. So we had to stuff the long wire and the transformer that comes with the LED headlight bulbs. And you just really gotta manage and work around with it until you can get that dust cover on. And then it works pretty well. We tried it out, the high beam and the low beam work perfectly, and the colors just right with the LED strip on the bottom. Guys, if you guys do install these headlights and you buy the same ones as me, just make sure when you're plugging them in that you put them in the right way, because we had a really hard time unplugging them from this little connector right here. So make sure that white is positive with these little markings on here. There's a little positive marker, and then the gray is the negative. Before we plugged them in again, we made sure that we twisted this around and then plugged it in a little bit, brought it to the car, plugged in the headlight, and then turned on the car to see if the light would work, and it did. So unfortunately, the Winjet headlights don't exactly fit to OEM dimensions. And I've asked around on Instagram with people who have these exact ones, and they said it's basically hit or miss with the dimensions that you get. So it depends on basically what pair you get. And mine, for example, up here, there's a screw that goes in here, and that hole doesn't perfectly match up with the hole underneath it. So I'm just gonna elongate, basically make this hole larger to fit the screw in, and then I can reach the hole underneath easier. But then the rest should be okay, like down here and then over here, that should be okay. But on this side, it's a little bit worse because this little metal bracket down here isn't even long enough to reach into this hole. So I might just zip tie it or do something just to keep it secure. Right now it's not too bad because it does snap into place. Alright everybody, the install is complete. I assembled the weather guard here to keep this from, the hood smashing the top of it, and to just seal it better. Also, this side is done, and it was plug and play for the lights. I just switched them to LEDs so that these high beam and low beams would match the white bar under here. And the holes matched up okay. They weren't perfect, but I did have to do some adjustments to these top screws over here and over here, and then the rest worked okay. So now I'm going to drop the hood and then show you guys what they look like when they're on, and show you guys what they look like when they're on at night. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but the strip is now on, and the lights won't come on because it's too bright outside right now. And then I'll turn on the blinkers. That strip is now on. So it is pretty bright out, but you can see these LED turn signals. Very bright at night.